Hey, you're watching Just Hoop Talk on YouTube. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and show us some love.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Just Hoop Talk. You're with Justin Henry, Will Thompson, and today's guest, we got ball like Seemo, Waseem Talbert. What's going on, Waseem?
Not much, just chilling in my offseason, playing the game, getting better, getting ready for next season.
Hey, there it is. KingsGuard gamer, the shooting guard for the NBA 2K Sacramento Kings team. Man, the PS5 and Xbox Series X just dropped. What are you playing on right now?
I'm on the PS5. You know, I always been PlayStation since a boy.
Will said he's a big gamer too, Will, right?
No, I haven't played since 2K6, bro. Like I'm way out. I'm way out of the loop, man.
2K6, they posted those graphics. The graphics look so much more different now. They said they got LeBron's hair patch in there. It looks crazy, man.
Yeah, the thing with that, like whenever, like on the pro side of it, we don't really look too much into that. It is like it's good. It's a good improvement, obviously, but like you know when you play the game, the camera be so far back, you can't really pay attention that much to that stuff. It's cool to see though when they like releasing screenshots and stuff though.
Yeah, well, for you, like, what you got PS5 and how'd you get started on like PlayStation? Did you ever have a chance where you were like, I got to pick PlayStation or Xbox, or you just like always been a PlayStation guy?
I really think I remember I was at my aunt's house. It was about my birthday, I believe. They bought me a PlayStation 2. So the PlayStation 3, I'm like, okay, I'm staying PlayStation.
Yeah.
So I got the PlayStation 4, but as I started getting older, you know, I started getting my own money, and then I bought an Xbox too. So now I had both systems. But I'm like, if anybody asks, like, what system do you play? I'm a PlayStation guy.
I'm a PlayStation guy too, man. I don't know. It's just something about the games.
I'm always gonna grab the PlayStation first.
Yeah. Do you like is it the controller? Is it like you feel the controller better? Like, what's your biggest thing? You just used to it?
It's the same for real for me. It feels exactly the same. But the thing is, little like it's something they deal with. It's like trigger. I can't explain it. Like depending on what's happening in the game, the triggers that get tight, they like tighten up, or they get loose again. Like it's hard to explain.
Yeah, so as an gamer, man, somebody who's, you know, obviously you're well documented in the NBA 2K league, but for those who don't know you, man, what was your start getting into gaming? Like, were you just like a prodigy gamer, or were you obviously you're playing 2K? Did you start off like in the hoop scene? How did this thing all come about?
As far as gaming, it started off at like my cousins, like it was a lot of us there. So it's like, you know, it's a lot of people at the house. It's only 2 controllers there. So you want to stay on the game, you got to win. Yep. So that's where I really got my like competitive side from. I don't want to lose because I don't want to wait another 5 years to get back on. That's where it came from. And growing up, I started playing basketball. So then once I got 2K, I started gambling with my friends. And then I was a sore loser, so I obviously don't want to lose. The money brings an extra competitive edge, so I really had to learn the game. So once I did all that together, I just like I'm really good at the game. Like, and all my friends like, I don't want to play him in 2K. He's too good. Like that's what it came to, even before I was in the league. And then when I went to college, my family like they said, "Don't take your game. We don't want you to take your game. We want you to focus on school." I said, I'm taking my game. So every day I go to class, I go eat, go to the gym, and then after that I'm in my room. And then playing the game, like I saw a thing like, do you want to join the NBA 2K League, and here's how. So I followed all those steps. I had to play 50 games at a combine. 50 games at a rec and pro-am to get invited to the combine. Wow. Where you play with basically random people. And your stats got to stand out. And I believe I averaged like 22 and 5 assists as a pure sharp. And when they do that, they can like, when they're looking at your stats, they can check your advanced stats that we can't see.
Yeah.
So I had like, basically I was top 20, top 17 in my position And basically, I was top 102 in the world, and then I got drafted to Dallas my season 1. So that was my journey to the league.
Dude, that's a dope story, man.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. I know. I've seen you play. I played with you at 24 Hour Fitness. I know you can hoop for real, man. Like, you think that translates? Do you have to know how to hoop in real life to be able to play like 2K? Does that advantage? Because do all of the 2K players or the e-ballers, do they all play as well? Like, I know I've seen a lot of you guys at the gym too.
No, actually, you don't really have to be good in real life basketball to be good at the game, but it does help in certain situations because I understand the game better than most players. People can still be better than me because they can be better at the game naturally, but as far as like thinking about stuff and knowing basketball, that comes into a play and it gives me the edge over a lot of players.
Definitely.
You say you play. Who's your playing style like? Like, you know, you probably growing up, you played, you know, high school. Did you play college too?
No, I didn't play college. It actually worked out for me because if I would have played college, I probably wouldn't have had time to play the combine and stuff.
Yeah.
But
who's
you saying like my real life play style or my game play style? My real life play style. That's a hard question. I'll say like it all depends who I'm playing with too. Like when I'm by myself at 24 Hour Fitness, I'm a little more ball dominant because of the people I'm playing with. So like when I'm playing with them, I'm like obviously like a Hart and something like that. But when I'm playing with my friends who like actually play basketball, I take my step down and I go spot up like a Klay Thompson or something, just spot up in the corner of the wing and play my role.
Shooter. Straight
Shooter. That's it.
But if I do need to hand the ball, I can do that.
Yeah.
Man, and so obviously you played in 2K League. You got drafted by the Mavs. What was that experience like for you as somebody in college, kind of just taking it game, and you went through the whole pro-am to actually be selected to play in the NBA 2K League? Like, what was that like for you?
It was honestly, the thing was I was happy I was leaving college. I like school.
Yeah.
Like I like the environment, I like school and everything, but it's like I'm about to get paid to play a video game. Like I was excited.
Can't beat that.
And then it was like I'm about to move to Texas too. I wasn't really like I don't care about living away, but it's like it was crazy to think like I'm about to move to Texas to play NBA 2K for a job, and I was literally just in college a week ago.
Man.
Stuff like that. It was just like amazing.
Man, I can only imagine.
What's your off season like? You said this is your off season right now. What are you doing for the off season? You like obviously you're playing. Like, are you playing other people? You playing your teammates? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, my teammates. Like we all usually like, you break up in your own separate teams in the off season. Like I usually play with my friends who I came up with. They're not as big as me, obviously, but I play with them because they like anybody can know how to play 2K.
Yeah.
But I play with them. Like Crush on our team, he plays with a couple league players, other league players. Like, they form their own team. It's all spread, and we playing like you basically playing like amateur leagues against each other. But you got to like pay to enter these amateur leagues, and it's a big pot. And that's basically how we compete against each other in off season.
So, is there something like you're working on? You trying to get better at certain things?
You said, is there anything I'm working on?
Yeah. What are you trying to work on? What are you trying to get better at right now? Like as a gamer.
Right now, like I'm a shooting guard in the league. So usually in the league, I have like a point guard or a shooting guard. I mean, not the locking guard. Usually got the lockdown on them. So during the off season, I usually play point guard so I can work on my dribble moves and stuff. And I figured like if I can cook a lockdown, it'll be way easier to cook a point guard, shooting guard with less defensive badges than the lockdown. Damn. That's how I think about my off seasons.
That's crazy. There's strategy to this, man. It's not just putting buttons, bro. That's crazy.
It's like a grind. Like you actually are improving yourself just like a player would and spending time. Like, what would you tell the people who are like, oh, he's just gaming, he ain't really doing nothing? Like, what would you tell the people who are like interested in being in gaming? Like, is it just fun? Is it just you're happy you're doing it? Or is it a lot of work, man? A lot more work behind the scenes that people don't realize?
It's a lot more work behind the scene than you realize. People will probably think like you just playing the game, you just get on whenever you want. That's not how it is. We gotta wake up at 10 o'clock in the morning. We gotta be at practice by 11. We're practicing from 11 to 3, 11 to 4 every day. And you might think like we just playing the game, but it really wear you out. Like being that you're doing it on the schedule, you're not really doing it when you want to do it. Most people play the game at nighttime.
Yeah.
So being dedicated to playing the game 11 to 3 every day, it'll wear you out physically and mentally.
Yeah.
And it's just something you got to get used to. And I've been doing it for 3 years now. I'll admit I still get burnt out from playing the game too much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that happens, man. So, taking us along that 3-year road, that's how a lot of this happens. Sacramento Kings, man, KingsGuard. What's your level of play? Like, would you consider yourself a top 20 player in the league still currently? I know you said when you were drafted, you were in that top 120. Where do you fit in right now when it comes to the top 2K players that are in the league, and even for the KingsGuard yourself? Like, what's your role in that team?
I'll say for the league, I can't say like between everybody in the league, because when it comes to the league, everybody has a different rule. Like, I can't compare myself to a center because their rules are different, but I can do it based on my position. I'll definitely say I'm top 5 in the league in my position. I don't have any order, but like everybody has their opinion on their different views on players and stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm definitely top 5. Everybody would say that. And what was the second half of that question?
Yeah, and then just for you, like, what's your role on that team as a top 5 shooting guard in the league for the KingsGuard? What do they expect you to do night in and night out?
They expect me, honest. My role is to score and just be a veteran of the team. That's what they really want me to do. They want me to be a veteran. They want me to speak up, add my 2 cents on situations that's happening mid-game, and be a leader. That's what they want me to do. But as far as gameplay, scoring, that's really my job. Score and make plays.
Man, I can only imagine behind the scenes, y'all probably get really competitive and yelling at each other, man. Because I can really only imagine, it's not like on the court where you can kind of be talking in silence or get silenced by the crowd. You guys are in the room playing there. I'm sure there's been some pretty heated moments.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of heated moments. Like, nobody wants to lose. At the end of the day, we might yell at each other, we might curse each other out, but we know it's all love. We all want to win at the end of the day. So none of us take it to heart. Something happens, on to the next play, we argue, forget about it the next day. We all want to win it. We know we want to do.
I feel you, man. What do you
man?
What do you see kind of the future of e-gaming? Do you think it's going to blow up? Do you think it'll be on? Because I remember earlier in the year it was on ESPN a few times. Do you think it's going to be on ESPN more often? Where do you kind of see things going?
Honestly, I feel like it's just getting bigger. Me personally, I don't know how big it gets each year, but people say it gets bigger each year. But I look at it like they just announced the United States basketball team for the 2K, for 2K players.
Yeah.
So they already they got their team. It started with 30 players. They broke it down to 7, and they have a USA team.
That's crazy.
And other countries got a team. It's going to be basically a FIBA esports team.
Wow.
So that's how I look at it. That's big.
Yeah, that's huge, man. You start to think about the possibilities with esports, and for you, long term, how long do you want to play for? Is this something you're like, I only want to play for a couple more years, or you're like, man, as long as they let me get on the sticks, I'm gonna stay on them?
As long as they let me play, I'm gonna play. It's literally the easiest job in the world, and each year we get more each year.
That's so.
Yeah, that's what's up. So for you, what's future look like for you, man? Are you still going to be on the KingsGuard? Are you looking to get, is this an off season for you where you're getting courted by different free agency teams? Talk to us a little bit about the experience of somebody who's on the e-gaming side of free agency or in the off season.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a free agent right now, and
damn.
The Kings, they really want me back, but I don't know what I want to do personally. I want to go back there. It's a great team. That's where I've been in the last 2 years. I love the organization and everything. I just don't like how far it is from the East Coast, and we gotta fly. I live in Philly, so we had the COVID. So I didn't get to come home at all. No. Then I fly to New York and back to California every week. But the team is good, so we'll be winning. But the flights kill me.
Yeah.
On the other hand, I would test my waters. I don't know where I would go if I was to go to an East Coast team. Because I can't really say, like, I want to sign to the Sixers or I want to sign to the Knicks. Stuff like that. I would have to go back into the draft and live with whoever drafted me.
Wow.
Gotcha.
Or I could tell the Kings to retain me and tell them to trade me. But I don't know. Like, it depends. They don't even work off if they get a good deal because they know how good I am. Same time, I really don't want to leave, but it's a tight. Like I'm going to probably get back to them in a week or so, like with team and tell them what I want to do because I'm not wasting their time, but I've been thinking about it for a minute now.
Damn, that's crazy.
And I want to give them an answer ASAP.
Yeah, you got like a whole free agency decision too.
That's wild,
like,
bro.
It's like, what do I do? You know, because you want to stay with the team that's been loyal to you. You've been loyal to the team. You have success, but then at the other end of that, there's family. There's being at home. Like the same discussions that pro ballers have, pro gamers have too, man. It's really cool to see. Dude, I absolutely love that, man. What's your favorite team? Your favorite basketball team?
Favorite basketball team? I don't have like a favorite basketball team. I like players. Like I like players. So nobody can ever say like I'm a bandwagoner if I'm supporting players.
Yeah, that's true.
Who's your favorite player?
My favorite player, KD.
KD, man. What do you think about the Nets this year, man?
It's gonna be a big year. They back from injury. Apparently Harden trying to come over.
That's crazy.
I may or may not have heard that rumor here on Just Hoop Talk.
They think KD trying to come over. That's gonna be good for KD.
Yeah.
And the Nets.
Yeah, man.
Man, we'll see how it goes. What we're seeing, man. Appreciate you coming on. Let the people know, where can they find you at?
My Twitter is BallLikeSeem. My Instagram is 7Seemo_. I'm working on my other page right now for it's gonna be BallLikeSeem on Instagram.
There you go.
And Twitch, BallLikeSeemo. I stream from time to time with my pro-am team. That's everywhere I'm on.
Hey, love it. What for your Twitch channel, like what time do people actually get to catch you? Like is it random? Is it scheduled? How can they see you on Twitch? They have to follow you?
I usually let people know when I'm streaming. Like my team is set up one of our league games, like so they might schedule for 10 o'clock, and I'll let everybody know I'm going to stream at 10 o'clock today, shit like that. But you follow me on Twitter for the updates to when I'll be playing my games.
There you go.
Dope stuff, man. Well, appreciate you coming on. Be on the lookout for Seemo's free agency decision.
Yeah.
And also, that does it for another episode of Just Hoop Talk. Be sure to like, subscribe, and share the channel. Just Hoop Talk, another edition in the books. We're out.
Peace.